All right, hi guys. How are y'all doing? Oh shoot, I forgot my sunglasses. I was gonna do something funny, but I forget that. All right, so before we start reading and getting into our passages, I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm planning a vacation. Do y'all know vacations?
Yes.
Where'd y'all go on vacation?
The beach.
Well, I'm going somewhere really different. I want to go on a vacation through our solar system, but the thing is I only have enough moolah for 4 planets. So we have 8 planets in our solar system, so I'm trying to kind of divide it up. So we have our inner planets and our outer planets. Do you know what those are? Could someone name the first 4 planets of our solar system? Go.
Mercury, Venus, Earth.
All right. And could someone name the other 4?
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Okay, so I really want to go on a vacation of these, but the problem is that I don't really know much about them. So the first 4 are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, and I want us to read a little bit about them to see where I would possibly want to go for this vacation. All right, so we're going to begin with the inner planets. Does anybody want to read that first paragraph? We will go from here to here for the paragraphs. All right, can you read the first one for me?
Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. That closeness makes it very hot. It has almost no water and very little air. The surface has many craters. Like Earth's moon, a crater is a hollow area or pit in the ground. Craters from when large space rocks crash into other space objects. Mercury is the smallest inner planet. At its equator, it is less than half the size of the Earth.
All right, that's very good. What's some interesting things we heard about that?
It's at its equator. It's almost half the size of Earth.
Okay, so this first planet is very small. Very small, and I also, what else was in them? What else is about Mercury? It doesn't have much water. Very small, little water. Okay, does that sound very fun for a vacation?
No.
Not very fun for a vacation. All right, let's move on to the next one, Venus.
Venus is the second closest planet to the sun. It has a thick atmosphere that is made mostly of carbon dioxide, which with atmospheric pressure 90 times greater than that of Earth. The atmosphere does not allow heat to easily escape. This atmosphere makes Venus the hottest planet. There are many volcanoes on Venus, and its surface is covered in lava flows.
Okay, before we begin with this one, we just recently learned about one of these words in our recent water cycle module. Does anybody know what that one is?
Atmosphere?
Atmosphere. What's the atmosphere?
Like the air.
It's the air. So the atmosphere is kind of like a blanket of gases, and every single planet has one. It can either be a thick atmosphere or a very thin atmosphere, and it allows heat to stay in the planet or escape the planet. So I wanted to let y'all know about that. Anything interesting about Venus that anybody wants to share?
Your birthday would be in 88 days on Venus, I think.
Your birthday would be in 88 days.
I think.
All right, that's very fun.
Every year is 88 days. Yeah.
That's a very interesting fact. All right, one more fact.
It's hotter than Mercury.
Hotter than Mercury. So it said, what about Venus was so hot about it?
There's many volcanoes.
There's many volcanoes on it. A lot of lava flows, so I'm thinking like lava rivers. That kind of sounds fun for a vacation, I'm not even gonna lie. All right, Earth.
Earth is unique in our solar system. It has oxygen and liquid water. Earth is the only planet known to support life. Earth's atmosphere keeps temperatures from getting too hot or too cold. To sustain life as we know it, it is the largest of the the inner planets.
So it's the largest of the inner planets. So before, this isn't the largest. And do y'all know Goldilocks and Three Bears? Do y'all know that? You know how she says the first bowl was too hot, the second bowl was too cold, and the third bowl was just right? Earth in our solar system is the just right of all the planets. Everything is just right, and we're kind of the only one with life.
And it's the third.
And it's the third planet. All right. Earth is very interesting. We know a lot about it. Earth is us, only one with oxygen and liquid water. A lot of planets have ice, but we're the only one with liquid water. All right, Mars.
Mars is enriched like Earth. It has 2 small moons and a thin atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Mars has volcanoes, but they are no longer active. The surface has many features that show evidence of erosion by floods and rivers. Today, Mars is much colder than Earth. Its water is frozen in ice caps near both poles. NASA has sent probes to Mars in the hopes to send astronauts to the red planet one day.
What's really interesting about Mars right here? What's something that stood out to you?
It has 2 moons and not just one.
2 moons and not just one. Yes? Did you hold up your hand? No. What struck me is that this is the planet that is the most like Mars in our entire solar, most like Earth in our solar system. And
It's
that's really wild.
It's compared to Earth, it's super cool.
It's super cold. Yes. All right. Did you have your hand up? All right. I'm gonna read this beyond inner planets and the outer planets right here. Okay, so beyond the orbit of Mars is a belt of space rock called asteroids. This is the asteroid belt. It divides the inner planets from the outer planets. They are rocky metallic objects that orbit the sun. Scientists have accumulated a great deal of information about asteroids in recent years. Space probes have sent back information that provides pictures of these orbiting objects. The 4 planets beyond Mars are called the outer planets, and they are called gas giants. What do y'all think a gas giant is? Y'all can be funny with this one. Farts. All right, I'll put that up there. That's funny. So they're called the gas giants. Any other reason you guys might think this?
Because they're big, because
Mhm.
like they're the outer planets and they're like most, some of them could be made of gas.
All right, big. So they're made of gas. All right,
They're all mostly made of gas.
they're all mostly made of gas. All right, all right.
Out of all 8 of the planets, one of the gas giants is the biggest.
That is true. That is true, and we're about to get into that. The largest gas giant, Jupiter, is 5 times farther from the sun than the Earth is. The gas giants do not have any solid surfaces, so there's no ground. On our vacation, do we want to be floating around?
Why not?
Honestly, that sounds really fun. So it has no solid surfaces, no ground, and they are mostly made up of gases like hydrogen and helium. We've probably heard of that around. We fill our balloons with helium. Scientists have evidence that there may have some rock and ice at their cores. Each ring system, although most are difficult to see, they also have many moons and atmospheres. So the thing is that our outer planets have a lot of moons. When we were reading these, you notice like some said we have 1 moon in Earth. Mars had, how many moons did Mars have, Ken? 2 moons. So the outer planets have a lot more moons than us. All right, we're gonna start back over here with Jupiter.
This planet's atmosphere is divided into bands of strong winds. The winds in each band blow in directions opposite the band on either side of it. One band has a large red spot the size of Earth. The red spot is a storm that has been blowing for over 400 years. The storm is known as the Great Red Spot, one of Jupiter's moons.
Ganymede.
Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. Another Europa may have an ocean of water beneath its icy crust. Another moon named Lo has active volcanoes.
So this is really crazy. This planet has so many moons, and some of them have their own possible oceans and active volcanoes. That's really wild. I want to visit that on my vacation. Anything interesting about Jupiter that we should put down? Something from the passage. You're free to pull from the passage.
Its great red spot is as big as Earth, and the storm of the Great Red Spot storm has been going for over 400 years.
Yes. That is very unique, isn't it? All right. All right, now we're on to Saturn.
Saturn is the second largest planet. It is famous for its system of rings. The rings are made of pieces of ice and rock. Most of these pieces are less than a couple meters in diameter. Saturn has at least 34 moons. The largest is named Titan.
What's something interesting about Saturn, guys?
It has it's from the first one, Saturn.
Okay. Very interesting indeed. To me, it's the most, when I think of planets, I think of Saturn because of its rings. And that's really interesting. All right, we're on to Uranus.
Uranus is sometimes known as the sideways planet. The axis is titled so much that it rotates on its side. An axis is an imaginary line down an object's center that it appears to rotate around Uranus's tidal axis means that one pole faces the sun during parts of Uranus's orbit. The unusual green-blue color of this planet is due to the gases on its upper atmosphere.
Is that word again? Atmosphere.
The air,
Mm-hmm.
including methane. Uranus has at least 27 moons. One of its moons, Miranda, looks as though it broke apart and the pieces clumped back together several times as it formed.
That's really interesting. Anything point out to anybody in this passage about Uranus?
I just need to say that the distance from the sun to Uranus is 2,871,000,000 kilometers.
That's a lot. I can't even comprehend how far away that is. That is so much.
No,
Billions.
it's
871 million kilometers. Kilometers or kilometers? All right, and we're on to the last one, Neptune.
Neptune is the farthest gas giant of the sun. Winds on Neptune can blow at speeds at 2,000 kilometers, 1,200 miles per hour. Its atmosphere, like that of Uranus, is mostly hydrogen, helium, and methane. There may be an ocean underneath Neptune's clouds. Scientists have observed 13 moons orbiting Neptune. Triton is the largest moon. Triton is known to have ice volcanoes that shoot material up to 8
Kilometers.
5 miles high.
All right, and I'll read this last passage. Beyond Neptune's orbit lie the Kuiper belt, or the Oort cloud. That is really funny names. Oh my goodness. Both of these regions are composed of small icy bodies and are the origin of comets. Scientists hypothesize that the bodies that make up these regions are remnants from the formation of the solar system. All right, well that was really interesting. Now what I want us to do is that I'm going to divide you two, so we're going to split right here. You two are going to be doing the inner planets. So I'm going to give you this. And you two are going to be doing the outer planets. I'm going to give you this. And what you're going to do, we will use those. I'll tell you what to use with those in a second. And what we are going to do is that we are going to go through the passage, and there are 4 planets for the inner and 4 planets for the outer.